Hey, what's up guys? So earlier today I had a call with somebody who's just getting started with print on demand, and I like to recommend keeping it simple as you get started because obviously we can layer on a lot of complexity as we move forward. One of the tips I passed along to this person was I think you should start with text-based designs when you're getting started because those empty upload slots, we know they don't make you any sales, but if we can fill that upload slot with a design, and maybe again, like we keep it simple, things tend to get easier with time. So if you start with just making really quality text-based designs, that's a great foundation to build on in the future. So today I want to show you how I'm making some really nice looking text-based designs, even though I'm a novice when it comes to graphic design, using the Kittl app. Kittl is great when it comes to print on demand designs, and they can do of course more than that, but I love them for print on demand. So that's what I'm going to be showing you in this video. So let's get right to it. Really quickly, I've got some free resources for you, all linked in the description. I've got my weekly print on demand giveaway. The winners are randomly selected and announced on Sunday. I've got my 8-day print on demand mini course, 1 lesson a day is emailed to you. And I've got my print on demand Facebook group that I hope you will join if you're not already a member. All right, also I've done some previous videos with Kittl. So if you're not familiar with what Kittl is, maybe start by checking out those videos. I'll link to them in the description, and I'll put a link to where you can sign up for free right now. All right, so first, before we jump over to Kittl, I just wanted to kind of scroll through some of the top trending shirts on Amazon merch right now so that we can kind of get a feel for just how much of an important role text plays when it comes to, in this case, a lot of t-shirt designs. Obviously, a lot of these designs are heavy on the text, and if they're not heavy on the text, most of these designs have a text element included, and Kittl is great. They have some beautiful text designs and templates that we're going to take a look at in just a second. So I went over to Kittl and I picked out 6 different design templates. There's tons of templates that you can utilize for your designs that'll make your life a whole lot easier if you don't want to start from scratch. That is my typical approach when I'm using Kittl. But I picked out a bunch that are text-based. They don't have to be text only. They can be text only. Like anytime you're using these templates, you can typically just delete these other elements from the design as you saw me just do. Or if you like how they work, you know, you can typically just change them up. Like in this case, the microphone over the word music, you know, if we wanted to make this a text only design that had nothing to do with music, like maybe you wanted to say magic, you could just go ahead and edit the design the way you're watching me do right now. You know, I just change a couple letters around. Now it says magic, and you may even be able to find something that complements that over here in the sidebar as well. Okay, so I'm just doing some quick drag and dropping. Most of these elements too are very customizable in Kittl as well. So you can see in the object color, if we wanted to kind of match it to the background there, we could do something like that. You can play around with this, guys, but it just shows how easily you can customize these templates in Kittl. And I didn't even plan that, by the way. That was completely just on the go here while I'm recording. You can delete the text at the bottom there, and boom, we've got a nice looking text-based design. This, by the way, like even without the graphic element in the middle, this sort of approach to design, I don't know how to describe it. Honestly, in my lecture on print on demand design, I have a lecture dedicated to just text-based design styles that we should be able to not replicate, but you know what I mean? Like we should be able to utilize the various elements of it that probably resonate with the customer and use them to get into different niches. Like in this case, we just turned music to magic to whatever else, guys. So that's just one template. By the way, I'll link to all these templates in the description as well, so that after you sign up for Kittl, you can go ahead and use them yourself. Now here's another pre-built template from Kittl. It's definitely inspired by what was trending during like back to school. I mean, this trend has probably been here all year, but it's that 60s, 70s kind of wavy text, vintage retro style. Over here on my side monitor, I've got Pretty Merch Pro Plus's research tool here, and you can see that there are quite a few of the wavy text style designs. So, hey, why struggle to make it ourselves when we can just use the Kittl template and keep it simple? Obviously, you can just click in and edit the text like I just did. I just typed the word edit, and it distorts and contours the text just automatically for me. So very, very easy to utilize. Here is another template here. I really like the color scheme. Like, you know how those of you guys that watch my videos regularly, you know I love to, what do I say, borrow color schemes from really nice looking designs. So typically what that means is I'll just use the little color picker tool and save the hex codes kind of in order and reference them later, you know, and maybe put some descriptive text there. I really like this color scheme. I may be borrowing it for the future. But here you can see it says choose happy, and it's got the like vinyl record player. Now, if we wanted to, we could, you know, easily swap out the text. If we want to remove the record player element, we could just click and delete that, right? So we can utilize this really to whatever we want. And again, I might not even know what niche I'm getting into. I mean, typically I'll know the niche ahead of time, but if I just like the template and I want to make some designs in this template, I can go back to Pretty Merch Pro Plus here, and I can just type like 60s, 70s retro in the search bar, scroll down to the results and kind of see what pops up, right? And when I put 60s, 70s retro, it's just the first words that popped into my mind when I looked at this design template. So something like love, peace. Okay, so how about that? You could just switch the text, love, peace, right? And then you can go ahead and decide what keywords to use to describe this design. Obviously, you'd want to include the text that we actually just put in it, but any additional keywords there. And you could obviously probably edit in like a peace sign or something as well. You know what I mean? Put the word peace. All right, and you could edit in any of these things as you see fit. In terms of the order, okay, maybe not send to the complete back, but you can edit the order of these elements as well. So I keep hitting send to back, that's my mistake. You can, if there's a hotkey, I need to learn what that hotkey is, but I'm just continuously, there we go. So, all right, I put the heart behind the text and it kind of blocks the fact that it is a heart, but this is the thing. You can spend a little bit more than 30 seconds on the design. I'm trying to keep it moving for the sake of this video, but hopefully you see there how we were able to add a complementary element to the design in 10 seconds, change the text, and you can just keep going back to your niche research, whether it's on Amazon, Etsy, whether it's using a research tool like I just did, or just, you know, going and doing a keyword search. There's a million ways to get text that you can then work into the designs and export, and the templates are pre-built, so it's about as easy as it gets. Here's one that says love who you want. So if we wanted to, again, customize this, we could come over to Pretty Merch Pro Plus and probably just type in like gay pride, scroll down and look at the various results, and you could just work in the various text which represent sub niches in this primary niche into the pre-built design template here. You could also edit the color schemes. When you click, it may select the whole group itself, but if you double click, it selects the element. So in this case, if I just wanted to change like this pink to something else, you know, I can completely customize it. Again, I click in, it selects everything, but then I double click and it's like, okay, red, then I'm gonna go white, then I'm gonna go blue, just for this, you know, the sake of this demo, to show you that we can pretty much completely customize everything that we see here in these Kittl templates. And, you know, we can add elements, remove elements, etc. Kind of what I've been saying as we went. Another one here, and I like this approach. I was actually just doing a batch of scaled out designs recently with this, not this specific template, but this design approach where we're just doing repetition of a word multiple times, stacked vertically. Do I know why this is why this is a trend, why it resonates with buyers? I mean, I could speculate, but one thing I do know is I've seen this used across many niches and it is tried and true. You don't even need to switch up the colors, but in this case, it's the pre-built template here. And you can see that they've kind of made a gradient from yellow to orange to a more orangish red. And I mean, just to show you guys like kind of what I was talking about, my design approach, I'm going to delete the additional elements and just kind of show you this is more the style that I was talking about here without the additional graphics. And when you remove the graphics too, then you can just honestly click in, change the text, and do this as many times as you want. Anybody that's like thinking that I have some secret that allows me to be, you know, a more successful t-shirt seller, I'm being honest with you. Like, this is a design template that I would use, that I have used recently, or at least a design approach, right? Just replicating text. So it currently says summer, but we can make it say whatever we want. We can make it say winter, right? And if we're gonna go summer to winter, you may wanna change the color scheme, but it's completely up to you. As you guys can see here, I am just manually clicking in and changing the text, right? Maybe it took 15 seconds, but boom, now we've got a whole nother niche, if you will. So we went from summer to winter. And one more design template. So right here, I was thinking we'd most likely just delete the small text, potentially use this text over top. I know I've seen some cool designs on Etsy kind of laid out in a similar style where they may have the thin, lighter or darker, I guess in this case, text kind of hanging out on top of the text in the background. You would definitely want to go do some niche research in this case. Like the default template says jazz, but we can switch that up as well. So you can just click into the big letters and make it say, I don't even know what's a love, I guess. Love's a good one, right? So just LOVE. All right, love, thinking of you. How about that? Just on the fly, we just came up with that. Or if you don't like the text on top too, guys, feel free to delete it. I mean, this is another design style that you don't need to overthink. This is tried and true. This works. You can obviously also, if as you see fit, you can add another one of these boxed elements and, add a letter on top. And you can expand this out to additional letters as well. Just change the color up as you would expect. And yeah, simple enough, guys, right? So I hope you see that these templates are super powerful, all right? And that's just another reason why Kittl is a great option for print-on-demand sellers. And you can utilize them for more than just print-on-demand, of course. But, me, I love print-on-demand. I love T-shirts specifically, my best-selling product type. And this would translate extremely well into T-shirt designs. And just before we go, if you want to create a new project in Kittl, just to show you how quickly and easily you can create your own text-based designs. If you don't need the inspiration from a pre-built template, you want to do it all yourself, go over to the sidebar, hover over, click text, and you get a bunch of options right away. I think headline may be selected by default. I was playing around in here earlier before I started recording. I know I clicked at least something, so my bad if you don't see the exact same thing that I see right now when you click text. But there are, this is what you probably see when you go by default. So you can see they have like vintage, I want to call them like font stacks, like complementary looking fonts. Those are pretty, busy. When I do my t-shirt design, I'm not saying that that isn't good. I just like to keep my stuff simpler, generally speaking. So I might do something more like where it says like ginger bird here. I'll click that. And got to switch the color to white. So let's do that. There we go. Scale it up. Yes, of course. Bigger is better in my mind when it comes to t-shirt design. So then probably just delete some of the additional extra text. And while Gingerbird has no real significance to me, it is just the default text here. We can obviously edit it and have it say whatever we want it to say. Ryan is cool is what we'll have it say. And if we wanted to put small text back, we could say a great YouTuber as well, right? And if you agree, why don't you hit the like button? That'd be great. No. So anyways, like this is just to show you that you can really customize it any way you want. There was actually a more fun font family I was using prior that I want to show you. Under the decorated fonts, that's where you'll probably find like the coolest looking fonts in my mind. So one that really stuck out to me was the circus font here. So you could make a circus themed shirt really just that quickly in Kittl. Just drag and drop. You can go in and customize it as well. Or, you can duplicate it and say like Ryan's Circus. I don't know. Maybe if you're on Etsy too, make it say like custom circus shirts. Whoops. Okay. Sometimes you got to click out. Then you can copy paste. Ryan's Circus. You know what I mean? Easy to do, quick. People may see this from the outside looking in and be like, how did you get that cool 3D effect on the text? How did you get the gradient design? Or, and it's just like, oh, I just used Kittl. I just dragged and dropped and then customized the text layer and then exported. So remember when you export too, guys, just click the download button in the top right corner. And then you typically want to click the remove background option. As well as, depends on where you're uploading to, the size and the width. As a rule of thumb, I typically use 4,500 pixels by 5,400 pixels. But that's, at this point, since Amazon merch kind of opened up where you don't have to be at those dimensions, I think pretty much every platform is flexible now. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much what I wanted to show you for this video. If you don't have like at least 100+ designs available for sale, and you're thinking, Ryan, how do I get to 100 designs? Well, hopefully this inspired you that I know you can do it. With text-based designs, especially when you're just getting started, you don't need to overthink them. sometimes like a word just pops into my mind and I just make a text-based design. And the approach that I take is based on what kind of text-based design approach that I've seen from studying bestsellers, I think most suits that niche. So a lot of great options in Kittl between the templates and just the built-in text as well that's just available. And I'll link to all the templates in the description, guys. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Please go check out Kittl if you haven't tried it already. You can sign up for free right now. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.